Yeah, there we go. Sorry, I've done this. Oh, we are actually on Facebook as well.
Oh, we are. And now I'm just looking at my phone battery, hoping that it holds out.
Okay, we'll be quick. I haven't been able to press go live on Facebook yet, so I'll our video's there. Okay, well, I'll leave that for now. If that actually comes up as go live. Oh, I haven't done a title. Okay, hang on, my fault.
How many versions of yourself can you see right now?
Yeah, I've got only 3. So that's interesting. So what I've learned is that Facebook is now doing it more like YouTube and waiting for you to actually record.
Oh, I see.
Rather than...
Because normally it's like it shows you a preview, doesn't it?
Yeah, and that's what was missing. So that was what was worrying me.
Okay.
Now it's allowing me to go live. I've written a load of nonsense in the comments. Just so it'll allow me to go live. Right. Okay, let's actually get started with what we're here to do. How are you, Jaycee?
I'm all right, thank you. How are you today?
Good, very good. So for anybody that doesn't know, I'm a technical wizard behind the podcast Creativity Found. And each week-ish, at the moment, I am coming on here live on YouTube, live on Facebook, to chat with members of the Creativity Found collective. And I'm talking with them about how they can help anybody out there either to find or to practice a new or a newfound creative outlet, or to sustain and grow their own small business. So Creativity Found Collective is a promotional and networking membership. It's there for artists and crafters who share their creative skills. So it's not about selling your picture, it's about selling what it is that you help others to learn, whether that be through workshops or kits or online courses or supplies. And also it's a membership for business support enterprises, because we need everybody needs help from other business experts in areas that they're not necessarily experts in. So I want to join those kinds of the business people and the arty crafty business people together to help grow both of their businesses. So we promote their offerings on the website. Recently, I've been doing some press pictures. So we've got one in Country and Townhouse magazine, the online offering this week, which is lovely, but also through my podcast, through me being on other podcasts, through trying to just network and promote and get everybody's word as far and wide. If that's something that anybody watching now thinks they'd be interested in, do head over to creativityfound.co.uk/join us, and you'll find out what that entails. So today I am speaking with Jaycee, who is one of our newest members. So it's really lovely to be able to chat with you. Tell us, first of all, how it is you can help grown-ups to get creative.
Oh, so how do I help grown-ups? Well, if you can call us grown-ups for a start. But yeah, I sell art kits. My title is Therapeutic Art by Jaycee. So I'm encouraging adults to use art or any creative process to help them with their mental health well-being, in a nutshell. So I've got lots of art kits that can help adults do that, which come with like a pre-recorded masterclass, or they can choose to book a one-on-one workshop with me as well. It's just, everything being online now, it's just incredible how many people you can reach, with that. But yeah, so I've got the art kit. I also do workshops, and I've got some courses that I'm writing at the moment, which hopefully I'll be able to get launched this year. But these things always take much longer than you think.
They definitely do, and they take a lot of prep and work. Yeah,
Hmm.
I know, behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I'm going to go straight in with your telly appearance, because what really interested me about that is that when I saw you on Make It at Market, when you first went there, you were there with actually painting the furniture and producing a thing,
Yeah.
and you've got thanks to the mentor, I believe, from what I saw in the show, she really helped you build and your reasons why she thought you should do this. So can you tell us a little bit about that time?
Yeah, definitely. So I applied to be on series 2 of Make It at Market as the furniture upcycler. That's how my business started. So during lockdown, I actually started painting furniture. And I still do dabble in it, but it's not the main bit of my business anymore. I just find the whole thing very therapeutic in itself. But I was mentored by Zoe from Muck and Brass, who is a phenomenal woman, and I'd recommend for anyone to go and follow her. She's not paying me to say that, by the way, but she's just got so many kind of like free resources on her social medias. And I really lucked out with her as my mentor, basically. She's very knowledgeable. She has dabbled in all sorts of different types of arts and crafts herself, as well as upcycling. But she could see that actually, potentially, my art could have been wasted on the furniture. And because of my own experience with mental health issues, so I live with anxiety and depression, she was able to help me see that I could be helping a lot of people with art and with my own experience. So that's how it was born, really. And with the help of Zoe, she helped me to create more of a social media presence, lots of tips and advice about how to build up the art kits and how to market them. And then here we are. So essentially, I'm a new business in that sense, because the furniture upcycling, although I still do bits of it, it's not the main focus of my business anymore.
Yeah. And how do you find, because you went from kits and now you've mentioned about one-to-ones and actual workshops and a course coming up, how have you found that actual in-person teaching element of what you're doing?
I absolutely love it. So through like previous jobs that I've had, I taught English in Italy for a few years, so I'm quite used to being in front of a room of people. Yeah, I've worked in education, all sorts of different things, really. But I just love working with people. So online workshops are great. That's a different skill set that's required for the online workshops, which I'm still building up. But in person are my absolute favourite as well. So I've got a workshop. It's actually with some teenagers in a mental health charity coming up this Sunday, which I'm excited about. We're going to be making dream boards. And although you always feel nervous when you know, before you start a training or before you come on something like this, but once you get going, it's an incredible experience, and you get to journey alongside those people.
Yeah, no, I completely understand that. Tell me, because obviously Creativity Found is all about the grown-ups. There are lots of opportunities often, although maybe not in schools, but there are often more opportunities for children, and it's more accepted for children to be doing creative things. So why do you think, from your own experience, but also what you see in others, why do you think it's important and a good thing for adults to play with, get more involved with, or just generally give some creative activities a try?
Yeah, so the main basis of my business is obviously therapeutic art. So I'm a massive advocate for how art and creating can improve your mental health well-being. So that is kind of like the main ethos of my business. But through doing particular art exercises, you can gain a lot of clarity about what you want out of life. So if you're feeling a little bit stuck, art can really help open up your mind. And it allows you to embrace your inner child, doesn't it? So we can kind of relive those childhood experiences we had when we were doing art in school, when we were actually given that time to just go and paint a picture. It's invaluable, really. So yeah, it's kind of getting people to open up their minds, but they can paint whatever they want. but most importantly, it's not necessarily about the piece that you produce. You saw this on my Facebook group, didn't you? Because you commented on it, but it's the actual experience of creating the art that is important, and that's the whole therapeutic process. If you get something good at the end of it, great, but it's not the be all and end all. I mean, I was playing about with some watercolors earlier and I haven't really painted anything, but it was really therapeutic doing it. So for me, you know, it was just a great activity to sit down, experiment with a different medium that I don't normally use, and just let my mind wander, really. Breaks down the chaos and the noise of what's going on outside, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's where I came to Creativity Found from, was doing drama and singing classes. That was exactly that. You have those 2 hours of not thinking about anything else going on in life. But also, when you talk about the childhood thing, you're also, I talk about this a lot, so I might be boring for people who've listened to the show a lot, but you're not, as a child, you're not worried that this thing needs to be perfect, or you may look at it and it is perfect to you. Whereas at some point in adulthood, we go, I'm kind of wary to try that because what I produce might not be what I want to produce or what I think I should produce. And as you've just said, it's not about necessarily what you produce. And also sometimes if you let this go, you can produce something different that you like better, for example. But it is about the process. Talking about the process, and tell me more about because we've been talking about paint, but we're not necessarily talking about painting a picture with you here, are we? So tell me about your style and your kits and the way you work.
Yeah, so I've got a range of kits. Because I come from an upcycling background, some of them do involve like upcycling a vintage box, which you would have seen on Make It at Market, the old cutlery boxes, jewellery boxes. But then I've also got one where we upcycle vintage frames. So you get a vintage frame sent out to you, and it has the metallic paints in which to upcycle the frame. But then we actually produce a bit of abstract art to go inside it as well. So, you know, there's a mixture of upcycled ones, but then there's also, you can get mini art canvas ones, and they come with a little healing stone, which is a nice touch, I think. They come with a selection of different acrylic paints and selection of brushes, which I think is quite helpful because people don't know necessarily what they need to go out and buy if they just want to practice something. And like I said, it comes with either a pre-recorded masterclass, or you can, it doesn't cost any more, but you can also book an online session with me as well. I just like to offer that because people want to get something out of this art kit. It's not just a colouring book. It's people want to be able to explore, you know. So yeah, there's a whole range of kits. But yeah, I'm hoping to come up with some new ideas soon. So if you have any, let me know.
Perfect. Yeah, you're right about the equipment. And when I'm editing the books that I edit, we will often write on the tools and equipment page, like, this is what the basics that you will need. These are some other lovely things that once you get into it, you might like to buy, but don't go to an art shop and go, oh, heavens above, this is so scary. I don't know what I need. And also some people, I think, are put off by expense or space or, you know, equipment. So what you're offering here is, it's delivered to you, but you don't need a whole lot of space. You don't need to dedicate a space to it, time to it, money to it, a little bit of money to it, obviously. But yeah.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because each month I run a free workshop over in my own Facebook group. And this, in April, it's going to be about how art can be affordable to you. So I'm doing lots of research at the moment as to where people can buy affordable materials. The video I just popped up today, I've just got it next to me because I've just done the video, is this art kit. It's a watercolour art kit, and it's got paper, watercolour pots, and a pen inside. And I got it for £1.45, which I thought was quite incredible. So I'm just trying to help people realise that they don't need to break the bank in order to get some paints in. But also what you can use around your own home. You've probably got a lot of stuff in your house that you could probably use if you think outside the box a little bit. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of research on that at the moment, and it's interesting and it's really good fun as well.
It's really lovely when somebody else does that kind of work for you. Like you do
Yes.
that work, Jaycee, and then you just tell us how we do it, and that's lovely, and we can get started. You talked about your Facebook group. Obviously, you've joined the Creativity Found Collective. What do you think is important? Why do you like to be involved with artistic communities or crafty or creative communities in general?
It's that connection, isn't it? Like you said at the start, it's really handy to have a network of people that are knowledgeable around you, but also it's really important to have like-minded people around you as well. So I haven't got fully stuck into the membership yet, because like you said, I'm a new member, but I'm looking forward to sort of exploring a little bit more. But yeah, to have kind of like a like-minded community around me is really important. And if you're having a low moment, to big you up a little bit. But also, I mean, this is quite a unique membership for me, what you offer, because obviously you've got all the promo that you do as well on our behalf, listings on your website, having these chats with you. I'm not a massive tech wizard. I sort of shy away from it a lot, but obviously when you run your own business, you have to get stuck in to a certain extent. And I'm a strong believer that if I can get my name into lots of different places online, then that's only going to help, isn't it? And that in turn helps me help more people with our therapeutic art. So yeah, I think it's just really good value what you offer here.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I completely agree with being seen everywhere. And you think yourself, oh God, I'm everywhere. People must be bored of me, but they're not. And they're not. And not everybody is seeing everything that you're putting out. And speaking of which, since you said that, I thought I'd just pick up this thing here. So what we're doing here is this interview, beautiful. It's going live in a few places. But what I'm then going to create for it goes on much longer. I know I was explaining to you before we started, Jaycee, but I will also make a highlights video of this recording. I will also then go back and make some reels that I will put on TikTok and on Instagram. And then way in the future, I'm going to turn it into their own little podcast series. So talking about being everywhere and this is what this one small thing can actually help put members all over the shop, not just in this particular half hour in time. So thank you for mentioning that. Well done.
So you were helping.
Exactly. Running your own business, how do you feel about that? What's the best thing? What's good things about it? And are there any like less good things?
I'm sure there are many. It depends on the day. You're asking me on a good day, so that is good. I think in a nutshell, I'm getting to do something that I love, that I'm passionate about. And I've been looking for that one thing that I'm passionate about my whole life. So I'm about to turn 41, and I really feel like for the first time I'm on the right track. And to wake up and do something that you love, it's incredible. But obviously the other part of it is I'm a massive mental health advocate as well. So I love the fact that I get to help as many people. I can reach out, I can help people. It brings me a lot of joy. It's not selfless. It brings me a lot of joy. And as I've got 3 kids, 3 under the age of 10, youngest about to turn 5, which I cannot believe. But that obviously working around children presents its own challenges. And whether it's upcycling or art, I find it's something that can slot in quite well around all my duties. So yeah, they're the really good things. Perhaps sometimes I can get a bit lost, I would say. Because I'm creative, I've got so many ideas as to what I want to implement in my business. And people say to me, well, maybe you should do this, maybe you should do that. And I was like, it's in there already. I just obviously can't roll everything out at the same time. And sometimes I find myself getting a little bit lost. So I'll try and maybe roll out too many things at once, or I'll lose track of like what's important. So I do struggle with that aspect, I suppose. But then obviously there's all the tech that you have to get to grips with, because I am the only person in my business. So I'm the face of it, but I'm also the behind the scenes person with all the tech and posting on social media. And sometimes it can feel a little relentless, but it's about having those boundaries in place, isn't it? That's a really important thing.
Yeah, I have the same thing about feeling a bit lost sometimes, and I'll go, oh look, I've got a whole day to do stuff. What am I going to do? What am I going to do first? I've got so many things going on. What do I do? Yeah, I know exactly how you feel. That's been brilliant, Jaycee. I will obviously, the link to your page at creativityfound.co.uk is in the description for this. So I'll put everything when I post. Tell us your, as we were talking about, social media handles so that people can come along and follow you, please.
Yep, it's Therapeutic Art by Jaycee. And it's I might need to write that in the comments on the Facebook Live, perhaps.
Yes,
bit of a mouthful.
Yeah, definitely. If you go to Jaycee's page at Creativity Found, all of her social links are at the top of that page anyway as well. It's all on there. Like, I've thought of everything. Brilliant. That's been really lovely, Jaycee. Thank you so much. This stream, which started a bit slower than some of the other ones because Facebook's changed something, but I run it on Riverside, which is a really easy thing to use. Honestly, it is. So I've got links in the description for this for the tech that I use. So Riverside, for example, from a podcast point of view, I host with Buzzsprout. And if there are any kind of things like that you need a little bit of help with, you are welcome to drop me a line. And that is... yeah, no, that's everything I wanted to say. So thank you very much, Jaycee, and it's been lovely to chat with you.
And thank you for having me. And I've just written down Riverside and Buzzsprout.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. Okay, let me